Let's make some blueberry scones. Let's get it. All right, here are our ingredients. So we have some vanilla extract, some heavy whipping cream. I have 4 tablespoons of butter that I've cut up. We have our 1 egg. We need some salt, baking powder. I have a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, of course brown sugar, some baking soda, of course blueberries, and flour. So let's get started. I have combined my dry ingredients. So I have 1 cup and 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. I have a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. I have a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, as well as baking soda, and I have a 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder. To my wet ingredients, we have 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, 1 egg, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. All right, so to the flour, I've already combined the 3 tablespoons of butter and kind of got that mixed in. Now I'm going to add in my wet ingredients. Okay, so I've added in the wet mixture, and the recipe calls to use a fork to combine. All right, the key is to not overmix. All right, so I've incorporated all the dry and wet ingredients. So now we're going to add in our 1/2 cup of blueberries. Here is the dough. It looks absolutely amazing. The blueberries are nice and incorporated. I do have some flour on a parchment paper. I'm going to put the dough onto the parchment paper and form our scones. All right, so the scones have been spread out. It's an extremely sticky dough, so just be mindful if you decide to make this. So I'm going to go ahead and make 4 triangles, and then I'm going to put this on a baking sheet and put it in the freezer for 20 minutes to let it harden, and then we're going to bake. All right, so while we're waiting for our scones in the freezer, we're going to start with our glaze. I want it to be very lemony, so I'm going to juice this 1/2 lemon and use some of the zest. Of course, I have some milk. I use almond milk. I have some confectioner's sugar, as well as lemon extract. So let's get started with our glaze. All right, so I've combined all my ingredients. I zest that lemon. I squeeze all the juice from that lemon. I have a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then a 1/4 cup of confectioner's sugar, as well as a tablespoon of milk. So we're going to combine, add as needed. Okay, so the glaze is done. It's nice and lemony. You can see the lemon zest all through it. Now, I did add about another tablespoon of confectioner's sugar just to get the consistency that I wanted. And here are our beautiful scones. They just came out the freezer. They were in there for 20 minutes. I ended up making 6 just because the dough was just very hard to work with, extremely sticky. So I just cut it into 6. So I'm going to put these in the oven at 400 degrees for 17 to 22 minutes. All right, the scones are fresh out of the oven. We're going to let them cool and then add our glaze. Here is the final look. I added the glaze. These scones are amazing. Me and my daughter already ate one. I have 2 more in the oven. But yeah, this is a must try.